Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. This is Okradowski here of WeAreChange.org. And boy, oh boy, do we have some absolutely crazy news to get into today, especially when it comes to international relations, central bank digital currencies, and the plans for future enslavement of free humanity. Lots of major bombshells, especially when it comes to leaked new Department of Homeland Security documents that will blow your mind away, that of course we're going to be talking about in this broadcast, as well as giving you an important update to what is happening with Elon Musk and Twitter, all the latest updates, a major burn to the old head of the snake, lots of very interesting things to get into that we're going to be talking about in this broadcast. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you could get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com, and the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast is by the extremely talented Drafanzer Memes. He is at Drafanzer on Twitter. We, of course, will be linking his account down in the description below. If we have found his YouTube channel, we will be promoting that extensively because this is absolutely hilarious, extensive, beautifully done meme magic that definitely deserves your support. At least it deserves a follow. And the memes are more important than ever, and they might actually be freed with Elon Musk, which gives us some hope. But as the clip that we played in today's broadcast shows, specifically Dr. Fauci performing to please his crowd, we do have to understand that this is funny because there's some real-life components to this, as of course there are many marionettes, there are many puppets, many actors in politics working to perform for the benefit of the few in a select class, which I think perfectly represents what just happened in Brazil recently, where Klaus Schwab, international corrupted businessman, got his way once again, where one of his members, Lula da Silva, just won the election there over Bolsonaro, the now previous president of Brazil, and has gotten into power and most likely will be implementing the UN 2030 vision, the Great Reset, Build Back Better policies that of course do not benefit anyone. There's also reported footage of people, there's also alleged footage of narcos and gangs inside of Brazil celebrating this victory, which according to some people is highlighting some very precarious times for the people of Brazil. This, as the reckless policies by a lot of these top globalists have created a situation that of course has been absolutely wreaking havoc on our current financial system. This, as inflation in Europe has reached 10.7%, as of course the European Central Bank keeps pretending like there's actually no inflation, when of course it's all around us, it's everywhere, it's unavoidable, and a solution to this crashing economy is of course also presented by the same people that crashed it, and that solution is of course a central bank digital currency, which essentially means the bankers knowing and seeing every little thing you do, taxing every transaction, fining you automatically, taking money out of your bank account, debanking you for wrong political ideas, and of course creating a total track, trace, and database society where essentially there's no liberty or freedom. This plan has already been underway in many countries around the world, particularly Canada and Australia, as today Turkey just announced plans to officially launch their central bank digital currency in 2023, which of course will digitalize cash and create a cashless social credit score-like society that there's no escaping from. An unjust and unfair one ruled by the dictates of a few unelected sociopathic ruling class members like the Dutch Ministry of Finance, that also is a member of the World Economic Forum, that is looking to pass a law inside of Holland that will monitor all transactions over 100 euros. That's around $100. Why is the government trying to watch and monitor every transaction over $100? Why does the government want to know every time I spend my money? Well, because if they could do that, they could find out more ways to control you, which is essentially what the Department of Homeland Security has been doing, according to the latest leaked documents that are now being reported by The Intercept, that highlights how the DHS wants to become online police officers that behind closed doors, in secret, unelected fat cat bureaucrats would use their powers to fight, quote, disinformation as a way to shape online discourse, specifically detailing how they needed to shape the discourse on the Afghanistan withdrawal, which was a huge government mistake that the federal government was never held responsible for, but of course was heavily criticized for. And here we have the federal government saying specifically, hey, we need to shut up all the critics for criticizing us for doing something horrible. And that's essentially what they're trying to do here. That's what they tried to do through their Disinformation Governance Board, which luckily fell through. But as we're finding out from these leaked documents, there are still more secretive efforts in order to establish this governance board. And we have to remember, the member that they wanted to head this board was an outrageous partisan leftist lunatic that literally almost got every single story wrong in the mainstream within the last 2 years. Another topic that the DHS wants to, of course, control the narrative on, shape online discourse with, is of course a rushed experimental product that the government is forcing on everyone with no liability to big pharma that's making billions of dollars off of it. Again, we're going to have to save that topic for LukeUncensored.com, but before even getting there, another major bombshell was that Facebook created even a specific portal between the Department of Homeland Security and, of course, themselves, with the direct line for, quote, government partners to report disinformation to them directly. Now, if Facebook is doing this, you could bet your bottom dollar Google is doing this as well, most likely, according to my own personal opinion, and Twitter as well. As there's also emails showing collaboration between the Department of Homeland Security and Twitter, as we're finding out that their previous CEO met monthly with the Department of Homeland Security to discuss censorship plans. As I think it's important to note here that with this official relationship being set up with them, we have seen a plethora of ideas, accounts, users be banned, censored, and have their livelihoods destroyed for just expressing political opinions. This, as even radical jihadist ideas are not tampered, are not even dealt with or addressed, and this is what the Department of Homeland Security is going after. Political candidates that they don't like, officials that don't want big government, and that right there is a true telltale sign of utter totalitarianism and the fact that big tech social media is working hand in hand in collusion with big government, particularly the Department of Homeland Security, to do some evil, awful things when it comes to destroying the discourse in this country and manipulating it for their own personal benefit. And this is one reason out of many reasons why I started LukeUncensored.com, as of course for many years now I've been saying, hey, big tech social media is not a private entity. It's not a corporation in itself. It is connected with government that is telling them what to do. And now finally, I have been proven right over the years with my larger assertions. I make a lot more assertions, a lot more predictions on LukeUncensored.com, as of course this is the place that is my own platform. I get to say and do what I want without any fear of retribution. And in today's video, we got a lot of very important topics to talk about, especially when it comes to Mr. Paul Pelosi, the media narrative, Kanye, and of course, another issue that we can't even mention here on this particular broadcast. I'm doing a special video just for you later on today on LukeUncensored.com that is available for members right now in the making of this video. Along with that, 3 masterclasses, a forum, exclusive merchandise, and access to upcoming events, only available to members of LukeUncensored.com. See you there right after this broadcast, as of course, we're not done here. As it's also important to note that a lot of big tech social media is just becoming too horrible to use because of their censorious nature, because of their manipulative nature, because of just how outright money hungry a lot of these corporations are, and how they're willing to bend over backwards for government officials that absolutely ruin their platform. Facebook is a perfect example of this, as Mark Zuckerberg has been doing almost everything the government has been telling him to do. The government says jump, Mark Zuckerberg says how high. Klaus Schwab comes in and says, hey, we need everyone living in the pods, overconsumed with video games, eating the bugs, playing virtual reality, and Elon Musk says, Cyborg, can't compute, Cyborg, bugs tasty. As of course, Facebook and Meta has spent billions of dollars on, of course, VR headsets, which the investment isn't really paying off, as of course we're getting reports today of the Facebook monopoly imploding as their stock value has gone down dramatically. They were supposed to fire a whole bunch of employees. They didn't. There was even corporate media outlets talking about how Facebook was going to hire all the people fired by Elon Musk, and I don't think that's going to be the case here, as of course Facebook is running out of money. And then on the other hand, we of course have Elon Musk that right now is being attacked by the Wall Street Journal that is trying to tell people how to deactivate their ads. There's also a coordinated effort put on by Bill Gates in order to use his influence in media and in corporate governance in order to try to get advertisers to pull ads from Twitter, which Elon Musk responded to all these recent attacks by now launching a potential plan that will have verified Twitter users paying $20 to use the platform. And if they don't pay the $20, they lose their blue check marks. And I think it's fair to say this is a plan that circumvents a lot of the larger attacks being made against him currently right now. And if he implements this plan, he will be able to finance and fund this independent online social media platform that hopefully doesn't get gobbled up by the Department of Homeland Security. Now, what will the DHS do to Elon Musk if he's not complying with the whims of their censorship efforts? Well, this is going to be a very interesting fight that, of course, we are going to be keeping a close eye on. As, of course, it's also important to know that Elon Musk looks like he's going to be saving a lot of money, as we're also finding out today that he fired his top executives for cause in a way to avoid a $122 million golden parachute payout to the former head of the snake of Twitter, which all had guarantees that they would be paid huge sums of money if they were fired. And that's probably going to really piss off Parag. Now, will there be a legal challenge to this? Probably. But more importantly, what's the cause for these top executives to be fired from the platform? Well, according to Elon Musk, it looks like the Twitter board deliberately hid evidence from the court when it came to, of course, his acquisition of the company. As, of course, there was a legal court battle beforehand that forced Elon Musk to buy the product. But as we're finding out right now, there was some information hidden from the court which didn't comply with discovery, which there could be some larger legal ramifications for. Now, what was the evidence? What did they hide from, of course, Elon Musk when it came to this public court hearing? Also, more importantly, how many fake users does the platform have? More importantly, how does the government work with the DHS? More importantly, what accounts did the Department of Homeland Security have censored and banned on their platform? Well, this is something that, of course, I want to know, that maybe, hopefully, we will get to know here in just the upcoming few days, as of course this is a story that I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on. Elon Musk just moments ago, of course, tweeted if he had $1 every time someone asked him if Trump was coming back on the platform, Twitter would be minting money. And with all these larger questions looming, all these people waiting to get back to the ability of being able to talk to each other, how will this progress? Well, you have to watch to see what happens here, as of course, again, one of the biggest stories, one of the biggest October surprises out there that will have huge ramifications on the world. A big battle between DHS and Elon Musk incoming. I'm watching out for every little thing when it comes to this battle, as I think it's integral to the future of this country and the future of society. And hey, that's just what I think. If you think I'm wrong, let me know why down in the comment section below. But if you like my opinions and assertions and perspectives, share this video with your friends and family members. It's more imperative than ever. And because you do that, I am still here. Atlas, my co-host, by the way, she's doing her routine yearly checkup. She's fine. She will be back tomorrow. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. And this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org. One more video coming your way here on LukeUncensored.com.